Hi everybody, so today I'm going to finally show you how to make the Basswood earrings. I'm going to be honest, this is my third time recording this video. I have had endless problems. The first time I completely wrecked it. The second time was decent, there was nothing wrong with it, but the video just absolutely refused to upload into my editing program. So, third time lucky. I do think I've found a couple ways to make it more perfect, so I think maybe it's a blessing in disguise. So I'm just going to be using 5 different items. So I'm going to be using some UV resin, some gold flakes, some Cricut textured metallic vinyl, some Cricut basswood, and some Craft Buddies Sublimation sheet. So for this one I'm actually going to be using, I'm still very indecisive, but it's either going to be the leopard print or the red one. I kind of like the red one. I like the way it goes with the gold, but I also like the leopard print. Another thing I'm actually going to be using is some alcohol ink that I also got from Craft Buddies. So for this one I'm going to be using the white alcohol ink. Sorry, pearl. It's actually pearl, my bad. So I'm very quickly going to show you how to set this up in Design Space. It is a super simple project, probably the easiest there is. So for this you're obviously going to need the knife blade. We've previously gone over how to use the knife blade. One thing I can tell you is that you should definitely watch while it's cutting, because I kind of cut through my whole mat. I know to watch. I just decided to take out the rubbish and go make some breakfast and do all those things. So let me quickly show you how to do it in Design Space, and then we will get to making it. So this is a super simple design. All you're going to need is some circles and a square, but what I wanted to show you, so I made these myself because when I looked in images and I typed in earrings, I couldn't find exactly what I wanted, which was just round earrings. I just wanted to start simple. As you can see, there are a load of different options. So all I did was I actually used one of these as sort of a guide to see how big the hole should be, or how big the earrings should be. So that's how I got my sizing on the earrings. But what I wanted to show you as well is there's these super cute earring holders here somewhere. I'm sure we'll find them. So I found a lot of people do complain that they don't find what they want on Design Space, and I think that with a little bit of creativity you can create whatever you want to. It's not something that everybody just knows, but it's something that you learn over time. So here's these really cute earring holders. You can make these out of cardstock or out of basswood. I'm not sure if the basswood would handle such a small circle, so I'd probably do it out of like craft board. So let's go back to our canvas. So for this one, all you're going to do is you're going to use your shapes. So we're going to insert a circle, we're going to insert another circle, and we're going to insert a square. So my circle is about the same size, and then this one I changed to 0.5. And we're going to align those center horizontally, and then we're going to slice it. We now have our base for our earring. So remembering, I changed the colors because all of the same colors will cut out of the same materials. So if I keep my basswood earring the same color as my vinyl, it's all going to come up on the same screen when I go to make it. So for this one, we're going to unlock it. Let's bring it to the front. Okay, so let's duplicate this first. We're then going to slice this. And we now have our base bar earrings. So this one's a little bit thicker than what I did, but it's fine. So you would then just duplicate all of that. And for our infusible sheets or our sublimation sheets, we would just select the earring, duplicate and duplicate, and we would change these to a different color. So what you could also do is add a small offset to this. And that's just to make sure that your infusible ink or your sublimation is entirely covering your basswood earrings and you're not missing out any spots. So as you can see, this is a super simple design. You can pretty much create any earrings you want this way. You could also use this as a pendant for a necklace. With a thicker material, you could probably create your own key rings, but unfortunately basswood is very soft. So I'm going to cut these and then we are going to press them. Okay, so I have cut out my basswood earrings, and as you can see, it is super simple. So there are our basswood earrings and there are our infusible ink sheets. So as you can see, I've made sure that it cuts through the backing because I want the backing intact. Okay, so let's get a piece of paper, and this is just to protect your surface. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to cover our earring in alcohol ink. So you don't have to do this. This is just something that I wanted to do. I like the effect that it gave it. Kind of felt majestic to me. So I decided to do that. Ow. Okay, so shake your... Okay, once your alcohol ink is nicely shaken up, what you want to do is actually just cover these with it. So don't apply too much because it does run. Oopsie, all over my finger. Oopsie. Okay, make sure everywhere is completely covered. And you should definitely let it run into each other. I mean, you could just apply it all over and then not do anything, but you'll see that you can actually see it where it's thicker. So if you don't let it run, it is going to become very splotchy, if you can say that. So now we just add some for effect. Let it run as much as possible all over. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're actually going to just let this dry now for about 15 minutes, because you don't want it to be wet when you press. You do want it to be dry. So we're just going to let that dry now, and then I will be back to show you pressing. Okay, so they are dry. We're now going to press them. So you're going to take your infusible ink, you're going to line it up. Oopsie. Or your sublimation sheet, should we say. And then I also just want to show you that you can do this without alcohol ink. So I do have a third one that I've cut. So I'm just going to show you with that one. So this is plain. Sorry, you can do it without alcohol ink. Did I say that or did I say infusible? I'm not sure. But here is plain basswood and some sublimation. So I have my heat press set to 190 degrees for 30 seconds. And let us press this. So obviously you want to protect it as you would. Let's just make sure that doesn't look lined up. So what you want to do as well is they will curve. You want to actually have something very heavy set up so that you can press it down and make it straight. Okay, so we're going to press this for 30 seconds. And you're applying quite a bit of pressure, as you can see with my poor wonky hand. Okay, so it's going to be quite hot. Please be careful. That looks pretty cool. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to put this under our heavy object. Okay, and then I'm going to press the one without the alcohol ink just so you can see. Same time. Look at that. How pretty is that? So same thing, we're going to put it under the heavy object. And then what we're going to do with these is we're going to press them from the back. And that's just to help flatten them out a bit. So again, lots of pressure. And then we're going to stick them back under our heavy object. And we'll do the same for this one. Okay, and then stick it under your heavy object. Okay, so we're going to leave those under there for probably about another 15 minutes just to straighten out and cool down. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to finish them off. Okay, we've let those sit. And, oh, sorry, it's heavy. And they are quite flat now. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some resin on it. Let's start with this one. Let's keep these ones pressing while I'm busy. So we don't want to put too much resin on. We don't want it to mess everywhere. So what's going to happen with the resin on the basswood is it's actually going to make the basswood darker, which in turn makes your design lighter. So if you're wanting a nice bold design, I would suggest not putting resin onto it. So remembering this is raw basswood with your sublimation sheet and then resin over it. There's no alcohol ink on this one. So that's why you can see as well I'm actually rubbing the resin over it. Okay. And we're then gonna stick it under there. Why is it not on? And then we're going to do our other ones. So with these ones that have the alcohol ink on it, you don't actually want to rub against it, if that makes sense. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to hover above. So when you're moving your resin, you're moving the resin and you're not actually touching on the disc, if that makes sense. So like you would when we're doing key rings. So I'm actually not rubbing against the disc at all. So we're doing one at a time. Let's add a little bit more, because again we don't actually want to rub against it. Can you, I don't know if you can see that the color is changing. So because of the alcohol ink, it actually it sort of loosens it, if that makes sense. So this is great for colors. I don't know if it would work so well with a pattern. Okay, I think I got it everywhere. So we're going to do another layer. So don't stress if you didn't, oopsie, didn't get it everywhere. So we stick that under there. So I've only done it once. Oh no, we didn't light it. Okay. So we're only doing it once, and I'll show you why. Look at the color difference already. I love it. I love it. Okay, so now we get to decorate them. So that is where our textured metallic comes in. All it's doing is acting as like a little spacer. So I'm going to use this to separate. Look at the color difference. I love it. Okay, so these ones we kind of want to be in the same place because they're supposed to be earrings. So can you apply this with, oopsie, with, what do you call these things? Transfer tape instead of tweezers? Probably not, because your resin is still sticky. And you're going to see why we want that. Okay, we'll clean up the edges in a bit. So now we're going to apply gold leaf, and this is why we wanted it to be a little sticky. Because I actually like this kind of, I don't know, like a cracked gold look. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take some gold leaf. That's a lot of gold leaf. Oopsie, okay, that can work. Gold leaf gets everywhere, like it sticks to everything. Look at that. And we're actually going to spread this out. Oh no. Stop! Stop! Oh my goodness, no. We have a crisis, people. I have gold leaf stuck to me. So we didn't want this on there. Thank you. So we're just going to place it all over the bottom. It's blowing away. And just sort of rub it down. And stuck on my finger now. This stuff is the worst, but it's also pretty cool. Okay, now we need to get all of this gold leaf off of me. Oh my goodness. Guys, you don't want too much still on it. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do now. We're going to cover it again. So we're going to start with this side. And we're actually going to agitate the gold leaf so that all the loose bits come off. And then we're going to fill in this side. And we're going to let this dry. So let's just push this down. Okay. Now we're going to do the same for these. Okay, we're going to let those dry and then we're going to have a look. Okay, so we're going to check them. Oh, I missed a spot on that one, so I'm going to have to recover that. But look at how cute that is. Excuse my spot that I missed. That is cute. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see, let's show you. The infusible ink is not, or the sublimation sheet is not as noticeable when you put resin on it. Let's just tidy up these ones. Look at how cute that is. That is cute. So then all I would need to do is add my little, I hope they're gonna fit. Oh, they will. No, those are cute. Oopsie. Here we are, we have our cute little earrings. That one's still got some. So what we could also do, and what we should do, is just tidy up the edge here where this is overhanging. Remember, always slice downwards. That one's. There we are. And there we are. And there we have our cute little earrings. So the whole point of this video was not to show you how to make earrings, although you now know how to make earrings. It was more to show you that you can use infusible inks or sublimation with Basswood. So where I think this would be really great is if you're doing like a name board for your child's room, or you're doing some type of wall hanging and you want to add a little bit of pattern to it. You could then use your sublimation or your infusible ink with your basswood. So I would suggest not covering it with resin unless you're using the alcohol ink, because as you can see, you can't really see the pattern. So please, again, excuse my resin job because that is just pathetic, and it's got so many spots. But I mean, you can still see it. It's just not as bold as I'd like it to be. So I actually learned this trick from Suraya. I'm super grateful that she showed it to me, and I think I'm going to use it a lot. So I was just super excited to show you. I haven't mastered it myself yet, so I'd love to see what you can come up with using this technique, and if you maybe find a better way to do it, because obviously I'm still learning. This is like the 4th time that I've done it, and every time I sort of get a different result. So again, I'm still learning. Oh my gosh, I've got gold leaf all over my stuff now. It's kind of pretty though. I should leave it. And now there's resin. So please share with us what you do using this technique. I'd love to see it. You can post it on the Craft Buddies page and let me know heat settings, time settings. I'll be watching out for them because this is something I'm really enjoying, and then obviously I'll also post whatever I come up with next. But I hope that you learned something new today, and I can't wait to do it again. Thank you so much for watching.